ERROL SPENCE versus YORDENIS UGAS, the Boxing Ego first look, where I will give you guys a tale of the tape for the upcoming fight. Now, this is a 3-belt unification. It will be had Saturday, April 16th, only on Showtime, pay-per-view. Let me tell you guys this. ERROL SPENCE is ripped. You see the pictures. Hey, stop that cat. Man down. The man looked ferocious. But don't sleep on his opponent, YORDENIS UGAS, out of Cuba. The man can totally fight. His last fight, YORDENIS UGAS' last fight, was against none other than legend from the Philippines, General Santos to be specific, Manny Pacquiao. And YORDENIS UGAS looked terrific in the fight. He took it on late terms, late notice. ERROL SPENCE was the initial slated opponent for Manny Pacquiao. The whole boxing world was hyped to see that fight. And unfortunately, ERROL SPENCE, it was discovered by the medical staff during his physical just before fight week that ERROL SPENCE had a detached retina. Due to that eye damage, he was forced to withdraw from the fight, and that fight went to none other than YORDENIS UGAS. So a missed opportunity for ERROL SPENCE Jr. But as they say, health is wealth. So ERROL SPENCE, man down, he had to take care of that. And he had to handle his eye so it wouldn't worsen. And now he's back. I will say, from what I've seen, you see the media day, you see him and trainer Derek James, longtime trainer. This is the best that ERROL SPENCE has looked. This is the most motivated. Look at the man's back. Look at his focus. Look at his eyes. Tunnel vision. This is the best ERROL SPENCE I think we have seen since his first title fight way back when against Kell Brook. So basically, realistically, I'm in my fight. ERROL SPENCE, as you guys know, in that fight, he went to the UK, he went to England and fought Kell Brook in his backyard. Not only did he fight him, he dethroned him, stopping him late in the fight, and it became strap season ever since then. So ERROL SPENCE, he looks phenomenal. Now, I'd be remiss to do a tale of the tape and not give you guys this bit of information as well. ERROL SPENCE was in a horrific car accident that nearly claimed his life, and he's should be thanking his lucky stars that everything played out. And given this second chance and second opportunity, it looks like he's rededicated and refocused, and he's ready for what's next. And standing in his way is YORDENIS UGAS, talented fighter, used to be with Top Rank, was later dropped after some losses, and he's totally rebound and rebuilt his entire career. Now, some people are talking about Terrence Crawford. This video is not about that, because there will be no Terrence Crawford for either guy if they don't soundly get past each other. ERROL SPENCE versus YORDENIS UGAS. Again, AT&T Stadium. That's where the Dallas Cowboys play, in Arlington. And both fighters look ready. Both fighters sound motivated. ERROL SPENCE has stated he's not going to go looking for the knockout, but best believe if the knockout presents itself, boy, he'll be ready. Now let's take a look at the tale of the tape. ERROL SPENCE from DeSoto, Texas, has a record of 27-0. He's currently unbeaten with the WBC and IBF title. His opponent, YORDENIS UGAS from Santiago de Cuba, also has 27 wins, but includes 4 losses. He is 27-4. Age, pretty close. ERROL SPENCE Jr., 32 years old. YORDENIS UGAS from Cuba is 35. Heights, also very close. Spence Jr. is registered at 5'9.5" or 5'10", depending on who you ask. YORDENIS UGAS at 5'9". This fight will take place in the welterweight division at 147 pounds. The longer reach goes to ERROL SPENCE Jr. with the 72-inch reach, while his opponent YORDENIS UGAS has a reach of 69 inches flat. ERROL SPENCE versus YORDENIS UGAS, Showtime Boxing, pay-per-view, presented by Premier Boxing Champions. This should be a great fight. You notice the mark of a great fight, very similar. They both have 27 wins. The weight, they both are responsible for making the same weight category, 147 pounds, welterweight division. They are both champions in the division. The only other person outside of them to hold a belt in the welterweight division is none other than Terrence Bud Crawford out of Omaha, Nebraska. Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas should be a battle of wills, a high-speed chess match, a fight you do not want to miss. You got brains and brawn, and it's almost time to get it on. Two tacticians, two technicians, both in that squared circle. One of the biggest venues in the United States, Jerry's World, home of the Dallas Cowboys, the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. April 16th should be pure fireworks. Just like the Drake and Alicia Keys song, expect an explosion when these two welterweight champions collide. 3-belt unification. Listen, I'm looking forward to the fight. I think this amazing fight. Shout out to PBC Premier Boxing Champions. You know we're tapping in. The Boxing Ego Watch Party. Join us this Saturday for the Boxing Ego Watch Party. Come in, grab a seat, enjoy the festivities. I will give live commentary for the upcoming match. Errol Spence definitely has a chance. He should be a favorite. I don't know if the odds will change closer to the fight. Both guys, if you watch the All Access, Showtime has an All Access series with these two. They're both in phenomenal shape. Errol Spence, of course, as I mentioned earlier, has been in a horrific car accident that could have claimed his life. God forbid. You know, God had other plans for Errol Spence Jr. And he said he don't need a tune-up. Why take a tune-up? His time is now. Yordenis Ugas, this is a guy who has fought his whole life. He defected from Cuba, left family, left friends, got dropped by Top Rank, and he's still here. The Sean Porter fight, I thought Ugas should have won that fight, but they didn't give him the actual nod. They didn't give him credit for a knockdown, so he suffered an additional loss. 4 losses in total. And then he came back last minute notice. Errol Spence, eye injury, detached retina. Errol Spence was forced to withdraw. In steps Yordenis Ugas, who was supposed to be on the card, mind you, but fighting Maidana's brother, and then he got bumped up to the main event on Fox against none other than Manny Pacquiao. And he showed up. He definitely showed up. Manny Pacquiao was forced to retire, and he was being spoon-fed after that fight. Dominant performance by Ugas. So this all in all is a fight you really don't want to miss. Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas. I'm fully vested in this, tapped in. Great for the welterweight division. You got to look at the coaches, Derek James and Ishmael Salas. Great boxing minds and boxing brains. We got to give a lot of credit to the coaches. So not only are the fighters sharp and technical, so are their coaches. This should be a great one. Let me know who you are picking to win. Will it be Errol Spence Jr.? Will it be Yordenis Ugas out of Santiago de Cuba? Let me know that in the comment section. All I know is may the best man win. Great big fight. Some people are looking forward to Undisputed, but there will be no Undisputed for either until they soundly get past one another. So Spence versus Ugas, that's what's on the menu. I can't wait for it. If you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel. This is what I do 24/7. All access. Your access is granted. Boxing, boxing, boxing. Let me know Boxing Ego First Look. There's a lot of fights coming up. Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. You got Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano, Part 2. Let me know in the comments section if there is a particular fight that you want Boxing Ego to do a Boxing Ego First Look for. Often imitated, never duplicated. Errol Spence versus Ugas. Order the fight through Showtime. Pay-per-view, April 16th. This Saturday is going down. I'll see you guys at the weigh-in. I'll see you guys on Fight Night. Boxing Ego First Look. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next videos, Ego signing off. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.